cord. I hit the go live button. I didn't have my charging cord here. So I guess I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here. I need to announce the giveaway. Oh yeah, so this is a last minute kind of deal. I just got home, threw a pizza in the oven for my wife and decided I was going to shoot a video on the giveaway. I figured I'm going to, hey Tiny Tim, what's up? So yeah, got two people in here. Science fan, howdy, what's up? Yeah, it's just kind of a last minute deal. I finally got home and I was going to do a video on announcing the Friday Night Live, and we're going to do a giveaway on Friday night at 7 p.m. Jason Crocker's usual time. He announced that he's going to let someone take over that, and I don't know of anyone taking that spot as far as I know in our niche, or whatever you want to call it, this small little YouTube family here that's grown to be so big now. But this right here is what we're giving away, a GoPro 7. This is my old GoPro 7. It's a silver. It does not, you can't change the batteries out in it, and it works great. The only problem is it doesn't take batteries. You actually have to open up the side of it here, and you put your SD card in there, you plug it in, a USB-C, you charge up the camera, and that closes up. You can use it underwater and everything. It's really good camera. It's just, I've upgraded since I used to use this one. It's just been laying around in my camera bag, and I figure there's a lot of YouTube channels that you know, watch my channel, and you guys have helped me get to well over 2,000 subscribers now. It's completely blown me away. I think we're at 2,750 subscribers now. I had not really planned on having that many subscribers this soon. I thought we would be at like maybe 2,000 by the end of the year, and so I wasn't expecting this giveaway to happen this quick. I went out to the 41.36, and all of a sudden my channel just exploded. It's freaking awesome. But we have, I think it's 2,750, and it's kind of holding right there for right now. So I want to announce this giveaway. Let's see here. We got Richard Hughes in the house. Tracy Jordan, what's up? I know you. I've met you in person. You came out here, and she's the one of the ones. She bought a key rack from me that I shipped out to her, and then I made that spalted maple coffee table, and she bought that off me, which actually helped pay for getting my teeth work done. Thank you so much, Tracy Jordan, for that. Let's see here. We got Tiny Tim in here. He's like, hiya, Lori. Lori Carve, hey, what's up? Man, that's awesome. Y'all are jumping in here. So yeah, guys, I will be going live. I'm gonna try to, I know I probably can't do Jason Crocker's live any justice, or there's no way I can show him up or anything, or do probably as good as him. I do try, but Friday night, 7 p.m., I think I'm going to try to fill in that spot if I can. But we will be doing a giveaway this Friday night. I've got a lot to learn and figure out how to do the giveaway. You will have to be in that live, and you will have to respond if your name gets drawn. Okay, you guys will have to be in there. You're going to have to leave a comment whenever, you know, whoever wins or whatever. I believe we'll probably use the people who commented on my 2,000 subscriber giveaway when I first announced it. So if you guys would go back to that video, find that video, and leave a comment on there, and that should be the way that you get picked. is off of that video. Again, I have no idea how to do this. I've never done a live giveaway or anything before. I've done a giveaway before a long time ago. I think it was at like 250 subscribers because, you know, way back then, when I hit 250 subscribers, it took me so long to get to 250. It just blew me out of the water. When I finally hit 250, I never thought that was possible. When I hit 1,000 subscribers from Tim from Ridge Life, from his Watch and Grow, that blew me out of the water. I never in my wildest dreams, when I started doing YouTube 13 years ago, I never thought my channel would ever be anything. I never thought I would ever figure out even how to put two clips together of video and be able to do it seamlessly. I had no clue 13 years ago. I just done one take, you know, didn't even cut the beginning or the end off of it or anything. I had no idea how to do all that. Uh, and I started off doing videos very much like Demolition Ranch and reloading videos, that sort of thing. And YouTube, you know, changed the rules on us some years back and told me I had to delete all my content. I lost a lot of subscribers back then. That was probably 11 years ago or something like that. And you know, that it seemed like every time I even got close to having enough subscribers to be monetized, they changed the game. And now I've managed to revamp my channel. I changed it to Hood's Custom Shop and everything. It used to just be David Hood, but I changed it to Hood's Custom Shop. Started doing more like woodworking, that kind of thing on there. And I figured, hey, no way are they ever gonna, you know, demonetize that, right? So yeah, we kind of fixed up the channel a little bit, made it a little more advertiser friendly, I guess. And you guys, I've, you know, somehow just managed to get into this whole community of all these homesteaders and everything. Everyone connected with like Jason Crocker, the Crockers, and everyone. And it's a super awesome community. I've seen how everybody has came together to help out Butt Nuggets Homestead. They lost everything after right after Thanksgiving. Their house burnt down and everything. And you know, watching Crazy Ed's homestead, his life today, really reminded me of just how great this community is. And I was like, man, I really need to do this giveaway. And I'm hoping it will go to someone who can really put it to good use and use it to maybe help improve their content. So let me get into the chat here. Let's see. I've missed a bunch here. All right. There's Lori Carp saying, hey, David. Tiny Tim, what's up? Tracy Jordan, hello. Richard Hughes, hello. Tracy Jordan said, love them both. I hope you are feeling better. Yeah, Lori, I'm feeling a lot better. Kim Nelligan, we would love to see you every Friday night at 7 p.m. Man, I'll tell you what, I've got some big shoes to fill because that's Jason Crocker's time. And if he ever wants me to take a night off, man, he can call me, he can email me or whatever and say, hey, I'd like to go live tonight. If that's what he wants to do, I would be totally fine with that. Let's see here. Hubert Dovey, hey, what's up? Love watching. All right, thank you. Kim Nelligan, this is my first time coming aboard or seeing your video. Well, welcome. Welcome to this great big YouTube family. What is she up to now? Said, hello, Dave, and everyone in the chat. Tracy Jordan, I keep sharing your videos. I hope that helps. Yes, it does help. Thank you very much. My subscriber count has just, it's blown up. Ever since I went to the 41.36, it jumped up a bunch then, and it's just been, you know, pretty steadily growing since then. Let's see here. I think this thing just skipped on me. Hope I didn't miss anybody's comments here. I don't think I did. That's the great thing about having this community pretty small on my channel right now. It doesn't get super crazy. Um, hey there, what is she up to now? It's from Tiny Tim. Mm-hmm. What are you giving away, Dave? I know to keep an eye open for you on Friday nights now. Yes. Um, this right here is what I'm giving away. This clamp right here with the little ball socket thing made by GoPro, and a GoPro Hero 7 silver. It does not have the where you change out the batteries. It's just got an internal battery that you charge. Um, I pretty much use the same thing right here. This is the GoPro 8 right here that I use now. The only real difference is this one right here. I can change out batteries and it keeps me going. But if somebody was to want this 7 right here, that's the only thing. You can't just change out the batteries on it and keep rolling. You can plug it in and keep it charging if you're like inside somewhere or something where you're not worried about it getting wet. But if you're going to be using it underwater or anything like that, you have to have the side of it closed up, of course. But yeah, it's a GoPro Hero 7. This is what I've used for a lot of my B-roll and stuff. I used to put it on a magnet mount and put it on the sawmill for some B-roll footage. And man, it's crazy. When I first started this channel out some years ago, I had no idea what B-roll was. I mean, if someone said B-roll, I'd be like, what are you talking about? I used just an iPhone back then. And man, when I look back at where my channel started out and where it is now, I'm blown away. Let's see here. What is she up to now? So Dave, please don't put me in your giveaway. I'll just mod that night. Well, if you commented on that video, you'll be in it. But if you want to forward it to somebody else, or if you could take that and you could re-gift it to somebody if you want, if you was to be the one that won it. Let's see. Tracy Jordan said, if I'm not working at 7 p.m. on Fridays, I'll be watching you. Cool. Yeah, I'm hoping to still do my Monday morning lives. I'm starting to feel a lot better to where I can probably do that and it not be an issue. But with work and everything, what I'm doing right now, a lot of you were in the live earlier today, and so you know that I deliver Amazon and everything with my wife, and we typically we take off and leave here about 10 in the morning, and that's usually when I go live. So it might be possible for me to do a live as we're driving up there if we're doing a load that day. If we're not doing a load that day, then I'd probably just do a live here from the house. The problem is I usually would do the live outside because I get better service out there. So let me know how this is doing, because I'm just sitting here at my little fold-out table where I do all my editing here in the living room. I'm hoping this is coming through nice and clear to you guys. Let's see. So take us along with Amazon drop-offs. Yeah, that was kind of fun today, I guess. I got to be careful that I don't like let people know like, where I'm going and that sort of stuff. What is she up to now? Said, you are clear and coming in great. Awesome. That's cool. We got 8 people in here. 5 thumbs up. Thank you very much, guys. Tracy Jordan said, loud and clear here. Man, that's awesome. Because usually when I'm sitting here editing, and the only internet I have now is actually on my phone. Every video I do gets uploaded through my phone. I edit mostly on my laptops. Every now and then I use Filmora Go on my phone to do a quick edit. The video that I put up the other day where I was just walking around showing those school buses, that was edited strictly on my phone and uploaded from my phone. I mean, that was just a quick, there was a little section in there that I edited out because I just kind of rambled on. And so I just cut out a little section there. It was like about 10 minutes of me oohing and on over the inside of this bus. So I cut out a little section of that while I was in town, and my wife and my daughter was in a clothing department store doing some shopping for their birthday, and I sat out in the car and edited that video, and then I went over to Walmart and connected to their Wi-Fi, and it uploaded that video in like 5 minutes. That was crazy. I've never uploaded a video that quick, except for when I go to Walmart, connect to their Wi-Fi, and it's like, boom, uploaded. Normally that takes hours for me to upload a video that's, 30 minutes long or whatever. I think it was 25 minutes long. Let's see here. Yep, everyone's just saying loud and clear. Awesome. But yeah, doing a giveaway, the GoPro 7 right here. That's going to be, I guess, our main thing. Friday night, the main theme, I guess, is doing a giveaway of this right here. And this was, it used to be like one of my main, my vlogging camera. What do you want? Is it time for me to take the pizza out of the oven? All right, I'll be right back, guys. I got to go pull the pizza out of the oven here real quick. Just a second. All right, pizza's done for my wife. She had to take my youngest boy to work, so had to throw the pizza in the oven for her. What is she up to now? Said, pizza, everyone go to Dave's and party time. Well, the pizza is about this big. It's a little square one, just a little personal pizza. Hey, but we could order pizza. We'd have to go pick it up. They don't deliver out here. Nana's Crazy Life says, hi, kiddo. Were you on camera? That's my daughter. Are you saying hi, kiddo, to me? Tracy Jordan said, Dave's house for pizza. Yay. Yeah. I'm super excited to be doing this giveaway. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to have to probably look up some videos and figure that out. Like what program I got to use or whatever, and see how I'm going to do that. I may end up doing like a test live or something at some point and see if I can figure all that stuff out. We can make homemade from scratch, Dave. So it's bigger in size. Yeah. I have some wheat berries here, and I have a hand crank food grinder. We can make our own flour and really make it from scratch. Hey, Lila Newton, what's up? She says, hi, David, what's up? All right, so what I'm doing, I guess I'm going to try and take that time slot Friday night at 7 p.m. that Jason Crocker opened up. I think it's a great opportunity for me, for my channel, for you guys. And as far as I know, I don't know of anyone who has stepped up to take that spot. I don't know. It seems like really big shoes to fill to try to take that time slot. And I don't know. I hope that I can do you all justice and give you some entertaining content. And so I've been needing to do my 2,000 subscriber giveaway because we're at like 2,751 right now. And I've just been kind of worried about if I did the giveaway, not having the money to actually get it shipped out. And now we'll be able to do that. So I want to get that giveaway done and get this GoPro 7 with this little piece right here with it. This has been super handy for me. You can use this right here to clamp on to lots and lots of things for getting footage. You can take it off of there. If you want to just take this off, you can actually just carry it around like this right here. And a GoPro does pretty darn good for, YouTube video and stuff. So this right here has been what I've used for a lot of my B-roll and everything. It still works great. Just had it for a little while. It's set in my camera bag for a long time. I said, you know what? There's a lot of YouTubers out there who watch my channel. There's a lot of you guys who aren't YouTubers, and maybe you would want to start up a channel. So you don't have to be a channel to win. You just have to comment on my original video for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Just go search for that through my videos, find it, make sure you've commented on it, and that will enter you for the giveaway on Friday night. Because as far as I know, that's how everyone does it. They kind of have a video out there, and you just have to comment, and I'll hopefully get it figured out by Friday. So, Ilkanarim, what's up, man? He says, smash that thumbs up like it's a fly on the wall. Ivy's family factotum is in here. Where's he at? I didn't see him. He says, hola, y'all. You got Donna in here. Ivy. Man. Ilkanarim. Lila, I just bought a GoPro Hero 9 Ultra. Holy smokes. Hey, but if you win this, you have another camera for that B-roll. It's always nice to have a couple of cameras to have set up. Let's see here. Oh, she said, Nana's Crazy Life said, hi, honey, at Ilkanarim. Yeah, hello again, David. Yeah, that video or the live I did earlier was pretty fun, wasn't it? You guys got to roll around with me and my wife delivering Amazon packages. Anson says, I am hoping to get a Hero 10 black before we move. Sweet. Man, I would love to have one of those. Lila says, hello. Hey there, Heather. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the 10, but I know it's probably way, way better than my 9. Is that a 9 that I have? I think it's a 9. I got a 7 and an 8, or I don't remember. Okay, this is an 8 black right here. This is my other one. Got a little bit longer little thing here that it's pretty nice, because if you're vlogging, I kind of do that right there with it, and that gets it out there away from me a little bit more and helps just so you don't feel like you're right up with your face in the camera. Yeah. The only downfall to this one right here that I'm doing a giveaway on, this Hero 7, this is the silver. It's not the black, so you can't change the batteries. You just have to plug in the camera, and that was kind of a big downer for me. I didn't know that when I bought it, and so honestly, it didn't get used a whole lot. I ended up using my phone more than anything when I was, the GoPro I had was this right here, and then every year when it comes tax return time, whenever I get a return on the business for your write-offs and everything, I reinvest into this business, and that's when I end up getting new cameras like this right here. This year I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do that. I've got so many bills to get caught up, so we'll probably be just catching up bills this year with tax return. Ilkanarim said, what editing program do you use? Okay, I use Filmora 9. I tried to upgrade it to Filmora 10. It didn't take for some reason. I don't know. And sometimes I use Filmora Go on my phone. I didn't have Filmora Go until I was at the 41.36. I forgot to take my laptop with me, and I worked with Anthony. He showed me a lot of stuff on how he does his editing, but he uses Adobe Premiere, and so yeah, it's a bit different. I would like to get into using Adobe. It looked like a really good system. He has a lot of keys for certain functions and things like that. It looked like there was a lot more things you can do, and maybe even more fine-tune with that Adobe. But I use Filmora 9, and it works pretty good for me. It's pretty simple. I don't get too crazy with my editing. But here recently, I've been trying to time my videos a little closer and a little better with music and everything to just really help tell that story, especially with like drone footage, that sort of thing. And, he showed me a lot of little tips and tricks on like filming, that sort of thing. And it has helped my channel out a bunch. So thank you, Anthony, a whole bunch for that. And then I don't think that, like Simple Life Reclaim, Mel, she helped me a bunch, but like with the hashtags and things like that, I don't think that really took because my brain just is not really geared for that. That is a big challenge for me is like even knowing what hashtags to use, that sort of thing. And she is really good at that. Um, I just don't really have the brain for it. I know you can use like TubeBuddy to look for the best tags and things like that to use, but man, that is really time consuming. It's probably something I need to spend more time on. It would probably help put my videos out there a little better. Mm, let's see. Ivy said Filmora 10 is nice. I upgraded mine. Yeah, and I don't know. I downloaded the upgrade and it was supposed to be on the computer, but it still says that it's Filmora 9. So I don't know. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. Awesome. Got 15 people in here, 12 thumbs up. Man, that is awesome. That is crazy awesome. So what do you guys think about this wall back here? This is my cedar wall. It's a good thing I don't have all the lights on in here because you'd see all the gaps in between them. I did that a few years ago with, I didn't even mill that cedar. That is actually cedar I bought from a local guy here. And the Amish are the ones who milled that up. And so I don't try to do a lot of cedar because I promised them that I wasn't going to compete with them. But I don't know. One of these days I might end up competing with them. There was a big company that reached out to me here a little while back. It was a large sawmill company, a log buyer. They reached out to me and they wanted me to do 50,000 board feet a month for them, but I don't have the $14,000 for the kilns that I would have to buy to be able to dry that 50,000 board feet a month. But um, it's been crossing my mind a lot. I've been thinking about it a lot. It's been on my mind to maybe go to the bank and get that capital loan to get that startup, but I would have to get a contract with them to where they guarantee me, basically where they sign up to do so much business with me that I'm guaranteed to pay off that loan. I don't want to start doing business with someone and then they just say, hey, it's not working out or something, and then I'm stuck with two kilns that cost me a bunch of money. And I would have to hire people. There's no way I'm doing 50,000 board feet a month by myself. There's no way. Matter of fact, I probably wouldn't do any of it. I would hire it all out to be done, and I would still be doing what I'm doing. Ivy said that area is more cedar than anything else. Of course, they don't want you to take their business. Yeah, a lot of the cedar is a little more east from here, but it gets hauled in to this area. We've harvested a lot of the cedar in this area where I live, but this is where there's a couple of big sawmills, and one big sawmill we have here that I used to go sell logs to, they have hundreds of kilns out there on their property, and I believe DNR won't allow them to put any more kilns out there, and that's why they were reaching out to me to see if I had the capacity to be able to do that. And it's literally just taking a cedar log and milling four sides and then getting it to a specific size or whatever, putting that in a stack and putting that in the kiln and drying it. You're not milling it into boards, you're just making it into cants. And I said, well, shoot, yeah, I can mill 50,000 board feet a month if that's all I'm doing. That's a lot of board feet in a log generally, but if you're, let's say, milling it down to wall boards like this right here that's about 3/8 of an inch thick or so, that's a lot of milling, and you're going to be hard pressed with the type of mill I have to do 50,000 board feet a month. It would just be impossible, really. can you make your shipping into a kiln with a wood stove and a bunch of insulation? Well, the thing is, it has to be professionally dried. I mean, sure, my shipping container is a kiln. It's not insulated because I use the sun. I painted it green so that the sun would heat it up. And that in the summertime, that's what heats it up. It gets on a 100-degree day, it'll be about 130 in there, maybe sometimes a little more. It depends on if the wind's blowing. I could put a wood stove in there. That's a little bit dangerous. And what that's going to do is probably not give you a really good even heat. But you have to have a machine in there to pull the moisture out. Otherwise, that moisture is going to sit on the wood. You got to have fans in there. But $14,000 is just to buy the unit that would go inside the shipping container. So I'd actually have to buy another shipping container. I would have to insulate it or insulate both of them and put a kiln unit in each one. And they have a set dry time for certain species of wood. And when you're doing business for someone like that, you have to do it that way. You don't use like a dehumidifier kiln like I'm using right now. It's the same kind of thing, but I'm using a household dehumidifier. It doesn't pull it down near as much, I don't think. It does work. It just mine takes longer. And with just a dehumidifier kiln, it's not, you're not going to do 50,000 board feet a month. Ivy said, solar kiln is nice, but it takes forever. Yeah, I mean, it takes longer. And when you're trying to push wood through it, like what they want done, you've got to do it a little different. There's kilns out there called iDry kilns. They're actually a vacuum kiln, and that will really speed up the process. And that might be something I'd have to look into. I haven't priced them. I just looked at the Nile dry kilns and kind of priced those, and those are just a unit that goes into, you build the structure yourself. And I was like, man, that's kind of steep if it's not giving you crazy. I said, David, what did I win? I don't know, Ed. You got to wait till Friday, and you had to have commented on my 2,000 subscriber giveaway video that I done a while back. I'm pretty sure you commented on it already, but you better go check and make sure you did. I know you could definitely use that GoPro. This is what we talked about a while back when I was at your property, is me giving this GoPro 7 away Friday night, 7 p.m. I will be doing that live, and we'll be doing the giveaway on this little setup right here. This whole thing, not just the GoPro, but the whole thing here. Let's see here. Yeah, those iDry kilns can fit inside a shipping container, at least the smaller one anyway. Yeah, I've watched, man, I can't remember the name of the guy's channel. Wait, it was, man, Matt Cremona. Matt Cremona did a video of a guy who has a sawmill business, and he bought an iDry kiln, and it is inside a shipping container. And he just said he wished he'd got the bigger one. Yeah, Ivy said Matt Cremona talked about it. Yeah, I just watched his video the other day on that. I've followed Matt Cremona for years because of the woodworking and stuff. Me and him know each other pretty well. I've never met the guy, but I do talk to him from time to time. He's actually the one who really got me into wanting to build my own sawmill. Years ago, I started making my own foundry, and I bought the crucible, a great big, huge crucible and everything. I started shredding aluminum cans with my chipper shredder, and you wouldn't believe all the crazy comments I've gotten on that video. There's been a lot of hate comments, a lot of stupid comments that I've had to delete off that video, but it's kind of funny that people don't understand that I was just kind of playing around, and I literally paid like $100 for that chipper shredder. I didn't care if it ever worked again. And I'd been watching a YouTube channel. It was, I don't know, it's where they put stuff in a press. And I can't remember the name of the channel, but I used to watch it a lot. And they just smash stuff, right? And some you guys may know what channel I'm talking about. Um, but I just said, hey, that'll make a funny video. I'll just put aluminum cans to the chipper shredder and see if it worked. And it actually worked pretty good. I might actually do another video of that because I've got a lot of like cat food cans and pop cans around here to shred up. I just figured it'd be easier to fill the crucible with shredded cans rather than crushed cans. So let's see here. Would refrigerated 18-wheel trailer work for the installation of kiln trailer? You could do that. Um, you would be best off to take the wheels out from underneath of and get it on the ground. Um, honestly, I'm probably better off using a shipping container to put the kiln in because they're already pretty low to the ground. Another problem is like how much room I have here, and they would actually be bringing trucks in and offloading the logs. But 50,000 board feet a month, and let's say I charge $1 a board foot, that's $50,000 a month of revenue. It wouldn't be making 50,000. There's overhead, there's electric to run the kilns. There's paying the bank back for the startup. There's paying employees, that sort of thing. But $50,000 a month is a pretty good sized business to get started. And I would imagine in just a few short months, I would probably be buying another piece of land in town or something, or getting a loan on a piece of land to move the whole operation to. But I could start it off here at the house for a short period of time. And I don't know. I've struggled with it. I really, really don't want to go to the bank for anything like that. But sometimes, if you're going to do business like that, you got to. I don't have money to try to start up something like that. And they're a big company that's been around here for years. So if they had a letter of intent to give me, and I took that to the bank, and I had a contract with them to where they're not going to back out on me, I would probably be more comfortable doing that. And it may actually take more than 2 kilns. I don't know that I could do 50,000 board feet of, let's say, 5x5 or 6x6 cedar cants. Cedar is fairly dry as it is, but we're talking about running a load through a kiln literally like every 2 to 3 days. So I don't even know if the dry times would allow for that. I'd have to get into the forestry forum or something and see what the dry time is on certain thicknesses of cedar, or red cedar in specific. Ivy said, I think you could do that much with the largest iDry kiln. Hopefully. I don't know how big they are. But yeah, the iDry being a vacuum kiln, I know that really speeds up the process immensely. So yeah, I know the small one that guy was using on Matt Cremona's video, I think he said it was taking like a couple weeks or something for some of the stuff he was doing, but he had pretty thick slabs too. Ilkanirum said, what is the humidity for a board in your area? What do you mean? Like, how dry can you get a board here if you're air drying? Is that what you're talking about? Like moisture content? You could probably get down to about 15%, I would imagine, with air drying. It's fairly humid here. I mean, you might get it a little drier than that. I put my stuff in a kiln. It's a dehumidifier kiln, so I get my boards that come out of that's been in there for a while. Right now they're sitting about anywhere from 8 to 10%. The red cedar that's in there is about 7 or 8. And then oak and the black walnut is sitting somewhere around 10. So, I mean, and I can use that. 10% ain't bad. Let's see. Ilkanirum said moisture. Yeah. Ivy said 15,000 board feet per load in the iDry Turbo Pro. Daggum. That's pretty good. Crazy Ed said, I'm going to start a small business splitting wood as soon as I can get a log splitter. And he said, hello, everyone in the chat. Yeah, man, I had a log splitter. It was a Swisher 29 ton. I had that years ago when my 18-year-old son was about 2 or 3 years old. And I went around cutting down trees off of fences and stuff for farmers and stuff. They would just give me the wood. And I had a little bit of a business of that. But man, I'll tell you what, firewood is so abundant around here. It is tough to make a business doing that. But where you live out there close to Branson, you can make some money there because there's a lot of people there who don't want to do it. So around here, everybody cuts their own firewood pretty much. You would probably only be able to fit the turbo regular at your place, though. Its capacity is 6,000 board feet per load. Yeah, I mean, I can do some dirt work here and get another spot for another 20-foot shipping container right next to the one that's out here. I could actually scoot it over a little bit towards the concrete slab, probably 3 or 4 feet, and then dig out next to the other one and have two of them side by side and have two kilns there going. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, and the only thing that's really kept me from doing that is just having to go deal with a bank, and it's not something I really want to do. But I know those guys, they can't get any more kilns on that property where they're doing business right now, because I think it's because of the DNR or whatever. They've got hundreds of kilns. I don't even know how many they have. I used to work on a paint crew where I went and done like the Branson Bell, had sandblast and paint stuff there. I did like water towers and stuff. I actually went out and sprayed. It's like the silver, I can't remember what they call it. It's the silver stuff that you would paint on the roof of a mobile home or whatever. We'd put that in a high pressure sprayer and go up in a man lift, and we'd spray all the seams and everything inside those kilns. And they've got hundreds of those things. They've been building them for years. There's hundreds of acres of kilns out there that are running full bore 24/7 out there, and they're shipping all this walnut and everything out over to China. And that company's actually owned by a Chinese guy. I've had dinner with him before. Yeah, I don't have much good to really say about him. I'm friends with him on Facebook, but I don't talk to him much. Yeah, but it's not him that's wanting to do the business with me. It's actually his log buyer, which is another company right there on site. They're the ones that contacted me, and they're buying up all this cedar, but they don't have anyone to mill it and dry it. The Amish here, they've got their own business they're doing, and they can't run the capacity these guys are wanting to put through there. And they've been just loading it up green into shipping containers and shipping it out. And when it's green, it's wet. They can't send near as much because of the weight, so. And they could possibly mill it and just send it to me and let me dry it. And if I did that for $1 a board foot, I mean, I could dry it for $1 a board foot and make good money. I could mill it and dry it for $1 a board foot, and I'd be making good money. And just pay guys to come out here and run the mill every day. I'd have to build a building over top of it, though, and get a forklift and all that kind of stuff. The best part about the iDry Turbo is only cost 6 cents 6 cents a board foot to operate. That's very nice. Yes, I have looked them up and done some looking myself. So you know a lot more about them than I do. But man, 6 cents a board foot is pretty stinking good if that's all it costs you in electricity to run that thing. That's awesome. See, I had no idea. I mean, I knew it wasn't a lot. If you can keep that thing going, it's not like a lot of money per board foot. And that's really, I knew that getting into this sawmilling business and everything. I knew I never thought somebody would hit me up to run that kind of that amount through there. 50,000 board feet a month is, at first I was like, I can't do that. I was like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for 4/4, 5/4, 6/4? What do you want? And they said cants. That's just basically knocking the bark off, making it square, and making them all uniform, throwing it in a kiln, banding it, and all that. Um, I was like, well, shoot, if it's just cants, yeah, I could probably do 50,000 board feet a month. That's a lot of work. I'd probably end up buying a different sawmill, electric one or something. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, I don't want to do a job like that. I would definitely have to hire some people to do that because I don't want to be on that sawmill every day like that. That would be so boring. uh, I really want to get into building a schoolie so me and my family can go out and travel and do that sort of stuff. Il Canarum said, okay, it's been interesting. See you next time. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Man, but yeah, Friday night, 7 p.m. I'm going to try to make sure I make it to that. I'm going to have alarms and everything set on my phone so I don't forget. It's going to be hard for me to get back into a schedule like this. And he said, Ivy said, yeah, that'd be a butt ton of work for one person. I know it, man. I couldn't do it by myself. There's no way. I never figured out how many board feet I milled for Simple Life Reclaim when I was out there, but that was a lot of logs for 2 weeks. I know at one point we counted how many logs I had left, and I think I had already probably milled 20 logs or so at that point, and there was like 33 logs left. So that was a lot of board feet. And like I told him, I was like, I've milled more in the 2 weeks I was there than I have milled in the entire 2 years I've owned my mill. I did a lot of milling out there. It was pretty crazy. That was a lot of wood. They went around the perimeter of the concrete they put the form boards on, and they went around it twice with all the wood, and then they had a huge stack out there. They built the well house and all that stuff. So Tracy Jordan said, David, got to go. Have a good night, all. Hubert Dobie just watched a video on that. They said $500 a month power bill on just one of those iDries. They must be running that thing continuous. Ivy said, haha, yeah, that was a lot of lumber indeed. Yeah, it was. I was so wore out from that. I'm not doing that again. that was a lot of work. A lot of work. I was like, man, I don't want to do this for a living, milling nonstop like that. No way. And the bad thing was I wasn't feeling great after a bit, and it was because of taking Excedrin. I'd have my aches and pains and get headaches and stuff, and I would take Excedrin, and that was actually what caused my ulcer and caused all kinds of problems, right? And kind of knocked me down for a little bit. Ivy said, yeah, the smaller iDry systems take more power to run. Yeah, I mean, because you don't have near as many board feet in there, and it's having to do the same thing. So yeah, it's going to cost more per board foot on a smaller system, but it's not a whole bunch more. Have Century Farms in the house. What's up? Said, hey everyone, good to see y'all in here. Oh man, so wow, I've already been on for 49 minutes and 30 seconds. Wow, that's crazy. Time's flying by. So yeah, I guess I don't know how long I'll be on Friday night. I would imagine about an hour. And tonight, guys, make sure you go check out who is that goes on? Those funny people, Rachel and Rusty. Robertson's Belly Acres. Brain fart. Yeah, go check out Robertson's Belly Acres. They'll be on tonight at 8 p.m. I'm going to be in there. I'm always in there on Monday nights. Sometimes I'm working and stuff or driving back home, and so I don't really get to comment much. But yeah, I'm going to be in there tonight. So guys, make sure you go check out Robertson's Belly Acres, 8 p.m. Central Time tonight. Carpenter Self-Reliance said, congratulations. Yeah. 2,750 some odd subscribers, guys. So we're doing a giveaway. If you're just getting in here, I'm giving away on Friday night a GoPro Hero 7. This whole setup you see right here. GoPro Hero 7 silver. It's not the black, it's the silver. So I guess all that means is it doesn't take batteries. It has an internal battery in it. But yeah, it's one I've used a little bit for my B-roll and stuff. Doing a giveaway with that. I know it will help somebody out there. It works great and everything. So I know it's not a brand new one, but it works just like a new one. And it's Crazy Life says, congratulations. Y'all are saying congratulations about what? My 2,700 and something? I've had that for a little bit. Ivy says 5 a.m. comes around too early. Oh, I know it. I tell you what, I can go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm up at about 5 a.m. It just never fails. And sometimes 3 a.m. Like I was up at 3 a.m. this morning. So, yeah. Ivy said, until we can go full time, I can only watch a few lives. Well, I hope you're going to be there Friday at 7. Ivy said, still over 2,000 subs, super awesome. I know it, man. I know when I hit my first 100, when I hit 250 and I did my first giveaway, that was an off-camera giveaway that I gave to a subscriber, a little cutting board and some Swedish butter knives that I made. I had no idea I still have no idea how to do the giveaway, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to force myself to figure it out. And that's how I learn, is I just make myself do it. Half Century Farm said night owl. Yeah. I don't try to be a night owl. It's just here lately, my kidneys have been hurting a bit here and there. I drink a lot of water and Gatorade, and I think it's just trying to flush out all that carafate out of my system that I've had to take for my ulcer and everything. And so it's kind of hurt my kidneys a little bit. And it typically wakes me up about 3 a.m. and they're using the bathroom, having to go real bad. And then I'm up for the rest of the day. So, Crazy Ed said, I know that would help me on my property. Yeah. I noticed you started using your other camera on your phone, I think. So everything isn't like flipped around backwards, because I look at your property when you're using the selfie camera, I guess you'd call it. And I'm like, man, everything on your camera's backwards. Is messing with me. But I mean, it's nothing too bad. And it always seems to look fuzzy when you use that rear facing one. Your latest videos have been quite a bit better. Let's see here. Ivy said our 1,000 giveaway was a tomahawk, so I gotta figure out what is next at 2,000. Went too big too soon. Man, that tomahawk, shoot, man, that thing looked nice. I seen that. I would love to have one of those to hang on the wall. That thing was nice. Yeah, I mean, this right here, I don't know how much they go for now, but I paid a pretty penny for this little setup right here. The GoPro itself, I think, was like 300 when I got it. Because when I got it, it just came out, right? And then I got, of course, this little thing here with the little clamp and all that stuff. That was extra. So I mean, I don't know. They're a bit cheaper now, and I've taken pretty good care of it. I mean, the lens is not scratched or anything. It doesn't have any weld BBs on it. I've used it. I think I used that one to film some of the welding and stuff I did when I was building my sawmill, or building the sawmill trailer. Let's see. Nana's Crazy Life said, let's help him grow his channel for Friday night. Heck yeah. I really hope y'all are there. I hope it's a huge deal. I'm hoping to see more people there than I've ever seen on a live before. I'm really hoping to grow this channel, and I don't know that I could ever fill the shoes of Jason Crocker. That guy, he's kind of a natural at it, and he's really good, like a people person. He connects with people really well, a lot of us anyway. And I don't know that I could really fill his shoes, but I've got to try, and I'm really hoping that the YouTube revenue will eventually get to a point that can actually pay my bills and stuff here. I don't want to be asking my subscribers to send me money or anything like that, or do super chats, that sort of thing. I would just like to get the YouTube revenue to a point where I don't have to keep a job to be able to survive. Because I love doing this. I love making videos, making content for you guys, and just delivering the Amazon packages, doing that stuff right there, it takes enough time out of my day that it just makes it really hard to even think about what kind of content I'm going to put out there. So I mean, some of the videos here lately have just kind of been off the cuff, just real quick, put the camera up there and shoot a video and upload. Yeah, Nana's Crazy Life. So there's only one Jason Crocker. Yeah, I can't be Jason Crocker. I could act like him, but I can't be him. Ivy said, "Night, Tiny Tim. Good to see you, Tiny Tim. Thank you for stopping in here. Enjoy it when all you guys show up." Half Century Farm said, "Friday nights at 7. Yes, Friday night, 7 p.m. Yeah. Jason Crocker's normal time. He gave it up, and yeah, as far as I know, no one else has opted to fill in that time slot, and so I guess I'm going to try to take it. Yeah, that was just like a sudden thing on my live I did earlier today. What is that? We got Off the Wall Prepper in here. What's up? What's up, man? Good to see you. Man, your channel has blown up ever since. I'm not saying that I helped you grow your channel or nothing. It's totally you that done it. I don't even have near that many subscribers, but we had you on that one live one night, crazy live, and now I see where your channel is at now, and I'm just like, wow. I don't even know what you're at right now. You're what, over 20,000 now or something? I don't even know. I think the last time I looked, it was like 10,000 subs. I was like, dang, you did that in what, like 3 days? I don't know what it was. But, Ivy said 8 Central at Half Century Farm. I'm going live at 7. What are you talking about there, Ivy? Is that when you go live or something? I've not seen you go live. Dragonflies, what's up? Hey. Got dragonflies in here. We got Off the Wall Prepper in here. No, just 11,000. Off the Wall Preppers at 11K. Nah, just 11K. That is super awesome. I mean, I don't know. I can't even watch all the videos you put out. You must never sleep, because Off the Wall Prepper is doing lives, doing videos, the coffee chats. Like, man, you guys can be busy all week long just trying to catch up with Off the Wall Prepper and all the stuff he's putting out there. Holy smokes, tons of work that you're putting into your channel. And I see how much I work trying to do the content on my channel. I mean, yeah, there's probably a lot more editing and stuff I do on mine, but I see like the creativity that you put into your channel and everything. I'm just like, holy cow. And you're working a full-time job. Holy smokes. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. And that is why you have 11,000 subscribers, because number one, you connect really well with your people that watch you. Uh, you have a no BS attitude. You put it out there, what is real, and I love it. And that's why I tune in every time I see a notification that you're on there. I tune in. Most of the time, I can't really comment much or say hi to everybody that may come in there and say hi to me, but at least I sit there and I listen. Um, let's see here. I'm missing stuff. Boy, this chat's speeding up on me here. We only got 11 people in here. Yeah, I meant 8 Eastern, not Central. Oh, okay. Yeah, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Um, getting ready to hit that 11K. It has been a lot of fun. Man, that is crazy. 11,000 subscribers in such a short period of time. And I mean, I don't even know how many videos you put out, but that is crazy awesome. Crazy Ed said, I wish I could get my channel to blow up. Man, it is a lot of work. I'll tell you what, it is a lot of work. You got to keep after it, keep after it. You got to be creative. You have to be entertaining. And another thing is, I've learned I am usually super mellow. I'm not all exciting and everything. I usually end up becoming very monotone, and I know that's very boring. I can't be like that. I've got to, be a little more energetic in my videos and that sort of thing. And somebody commented that in one of my previous videos, like, next time I can't remember who it was, but they're always talking about putting like pork and beans in the bonfire and that sort of thing. And I know what that does, and that is kind of exciting when it goes boom. So many people are live all the time. It's crazy. Yeah, it is. And so I'm going to start going live Fridays at 7 p.m. and Mondays at I try to do 10 a.m. It might be a little bit later, depending on how schedule works with doing deliveries and stuff. Ivy said, yeah, my wife would divorce me if I did all that. Huh. Half Century Farm said, I'm going to start pumping out videos. Yeah, and sometimes it's not so much about how many videos you put out. At the same time, you have to make it interesting. And for me, that's where I really try to focus. I try to make my videos hold on to those viewers as long as I possibly can. I know some of my videos get pretty drawn out, but I do have a lot of subscribers out there that want my content to be an hour long or 2 hours long or 3 hours long. What they really enjoy, because a lot of them don't have a job. A lot of them, they need something to sit there and watch, and they don't like having to sit there and click on the next video. They play it on their TV, and they like to just click on it and let it play while they're eating dinner, that sort of thing. So I know there's a lot of people who have commented that to me. They like those longer videos. I don't generally put out really long videos. I try to keep them around 30 minutes or so. And then there's sometimes some projects it's just going to drag out for at least an hour. So, I mean, it is what it is, and you just have to try and hang on to that audience for as long as you can. Off the Wall Prepper said, thank you, Dave. I'm still me. And that's what's great. I mean, you're you. And, like me right now, I'm just being me. Maybe I'm putting a little more energy into this or whatever, bounce around a little bit than what I normally am, but I'm still me. I'm not like pretending to be anybody or anything like that. I'm feeling a lot better, so I can actually be me. Here a little while back, I was not feeling good at all. And if I'd put lives out there, nobody would have really wanted to watch or anything. They'd have been like, man, this guy, he's a downer. So yeah, I mean, and being yourself is you have to be yourself. You just have to be yourself. You might put a little more energy into it if you're not very energetic in your videos. You're going to have to add some energy into it if you're not. Otherwise, you're just not going to get those subscribers. So having that energy and everything, being interesting, being yourself. If you're not yourself, they're going to see right through it and they won't subscribe. Dragonfly said we need to get my channel built up next. Well, you're gonna have to get on camera. The Ivies, yeah. Why we have promised at minimum one video per week to help with our numbers. Next year will be our year, though. Awesome. When are you moving? And didn't you say you was moving somewhere like around Missouri or something? Was it Missouri or Oklahoma? I can't remember. Just scream once in a while. Yeah. Uh, I watch Van City Van Life pretty religiously. I watch that guy because I love his enthusiasm. I love what he's doing and everything. I love that van life scene and everything. And where he lives is super nice, like the scenery and stuff, the shots he gets and everything. And to see where that guy came from and where he is now is just, I love that. The whole story of that is just awesome. I've watched him, Chrome and them for a while. Oh, Cruzy. Um, let's see. Am I missing stuff here? Dragonflies. I do more preps and food, so my audience is more limited. I'm about to show Mylar bags and dehydrating dump cakes, etc. What's dump cakes? I have no idea what that is. Educate me a little bit here, Dragonflies. Ivy's family, you should save that shredding of metal cans for a Friday live. Well, the problem is I have to do that outside, and at 7 p.m. here, it's dark. Maybe in the summer we might do that. I don't know. That'd be really noisy. I had to turn the volume way down on that video when I edited that because that chipper shredder is super loud. And that's another thing is paying attention to your audio when you edit videos. They have a word for it I'm not going to say. It's called ear, and then a kind of a bad word. But yeah, you don't want to mess with people's hearing by, playing stuff that's really loud and annoying. Like a lot of people, there's a lot of building channels that will have like the screw gun that's sitting there going, making that noise. It's like the most annoying noise on YouTube, and some people will turn it down and some people don't. And when you don't turn that annoying noise down, it's super annoying. And it drives people away. Me, I don't really care. I just turn my phone down. But I know that it is it makes some people click off your video pretty quick. And you can see that in your analytics too when people are clicking off, like what time they're clicking off of your video, and you're like, you might go look at that and see what it was maybe that turned them off your video. Maybe it just wasn't holding their attention. Off the wall prepper gets about 7 hours sleep too. I don't even know how. Do you just like you drink your coffee and then your head hits the pillow and you're just out? I mean, my problem is I have this little thing that holds my phone right up here by my pillow, and so I'll click on a video, right, and it'll maybe be like a van life video or something. It might be Schoolie on it, or well, his channel is now called a bus life story, right? It might be that, it might be the Crockers or something. And I've got all these channels that I watch and I try to kind of keep up on and everything. And I learn a lot from like the van life and the schoolies and all that kind of stuff. And I watch those because I'm trying to figure out exactly how I would want to set up my own, right? And just kind of take in like, okay, this person built this one like this and this one done this, and kind of come up with my own idea. And the main thing I've been trying to figure out here lately is the paint scheme, because I want to make the most epic, like the exterior painting on a bus. That I want to do like a two-tone classic color. I'm kind of thinking like a turquoise and cream, like classic paint job, or maybe red and cream, uh, or burnt orange. I love burnt orange, but the burnt orange, I'm kind of thinking maybe that's a little too school bus looking, and it might not really make it not look like a school bus. I want it to look like a school bus, but also look more like an RV, like it's been professionally done. Because eventually I might start painting school buses, schoolies for people, just doing that as a job, every now and then or something. I don't know that I want to build out schoolies for people because there's a lot involved in that, and each and every one of them is going to be different. And honestly, I think people need to live in their own school bus and build it out themselves exactly the way they want it. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see how off the wall prepper gets 7 hours of sleep. I just don't. Um, Ivy said, "Dang, I thought a 30-minute." Oh, all right, reconnected here. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, 30-minute video is a long video. Yeah, I mean, I've got people who really, if I do a short video, they tell me about it. They're like, hey, they'll send me an email and they're like, hey, could you try to like not cut so much out and just let us watch you work? And so I'll do some videos where I just, show a lot more. I don't want to sit there and show like the 12 hours of sanding on a slab, I'm not going to do that to you guys. Um, Ivy said we are going to Springfield, Missouri in the summer, then buying land in Northwest Arkansas and starting with raw land. Sweet. Awesome. I'm not too far from Northwest Arkansas, and if I can get this house fixed up and get it sold to where I can get out from underneath that mortgage that I'm having to pay every month, that makes me have that job, I'm going to try to sell this place for enough money to where I can buy a piece of land that's 100% paid for, just raw land, and start from scratch. Start building. We're going to be off grid at first for sure. There is a piece of land I'm looking for that cost about $6,000 right now. And if I could sell that Mustang for 6,500, I would go buy that piece of land for 6,000, and it actually has power on it. But it's over in Oklahoma, and it'd be a little bit of a move for me, not too bad. But I'm originally from Oklahoma, so, and Northwest Arkansas is not far from that place either. So let's see here. Catch up on the chat. Dragonflies. We would be huge by now if we had been doing videos for the past 9 years of our travels and adventures around the U.S. All we have done. Yeah, and I've got so many videos that I've done when I was out driving a truck in the oil field. Like me killing this huge rattlesnake that come up on me. I just happen to have my camera on me, and I mean, I wish I could like put all that stuff out there, but the problem is, I've put a video out there like years and years ago. I did a coffee chat, right? And I never uploaded it, and then I finally uploaded it here not too long ago, and it was irrelevant, right? And it just didn't get hardly any views or anything. But I was fine with that. I was like, well, I was putting some of my history out there, where I come from, what I was doing in the past and everything. I didn't want people thinking that I was copying Coffee with the Crockers or anything, because I literally done that video years before Jason Crocker was even on YouTube. And I just decided to upload it. I had that idea a long time ago, so I'm not like copying him or anything with my morning coffee live or whatever, and I don't want it to seem like I'm copying him or anything, and I'm definitely not trying to compete with him, because there's no way I could do that. I love watching his Coffee with the Crockers and everything. That's a great channel, and I mean, I love it when a channel can do different things on the same channel to where it's all in one place. And but the bad thing about that is, if you have talk on your channel and then you have building on your channel, there's some people expect your channel to be strictly building or strictly like a vlog or talking or whatever, and it kind of messes with the algorithm, and that I wish that was different. Let's see. Dave, Dave's favorite channel, though. Are you talking about Ivy? It's my favorite channel. I haven't been getting any notifications. I hope you ain't been putting videos out. You said you do a video every week, so I need to go check your channel out and get caught up because I haven't seen any notifications for your channel here lately. But I do love your channel. I love the blacksmithing and stuff. I watch a lot of that. I was watching our friend Jim over the Tradesman channel. I know you know who that is. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one of the channels I've been watching for a long time, and I haven't seen any content from him. So old YouTube has probably stopped sending me notifications for him too. That's probably because all the other channels I watch and stuff. Man, I watch so much YouTube. That's why I don't get much sleep. Yeah, I know. Des painted her bus with a roller, and I commented. I was like, what did I say? I was like, I said something like, "Oh, urban camouflage." She urban camouflaged it. I was just kind of making a joke. I love Des. Man, her energy. I wish I had half that. I couldn't do it. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's done. But I'm not going to use a roller to paint a bus because when I cut in around the windows and everything with a brush, it takes me forever. I've had to do that stuff professionally, and I hate it. The cramps I get in my hand from holding that brush and just the way I was taught to do it. Oh, man. I would rather tape everything off. I'm pretty fast at taping off stuff and pretty good at it. So I'd rather tape it all off and spray it. I'm probably getting a little bit far behind here. Dragonfly said I would too, and I don't know what she's talking about. Maybe talk about spraying it. I don't know. Okay, y'all, I'm going to call it a night. Getting to be shower time with the Mrs. He. Okay, too much information there, Ivy. Night, night, y'all. Or nighty, night, y'all, he said. Have fun, Ivies. Dragonfly said you have to also tag your videos a certain way to get more views. Yeah, and that's one thing that Simple Life Reclaim Mel, she was trying to teach me that. But man, I tell you, that is a knowledge that I don't really possess. I've got a lot of skills and stuff and artistic abilities or whatnot, and so people have told me. But that is not one of them. That right there, that's a learning point for me, and I struggle with it for sure. Dragonfly said I said I would too about selling the Mustang and buying land. Yeah, yeah, totally. If I could sell that Mustang and buy a piece of land, that's why I don't want to go for any less than 6,500. Because the piece of land that I'm looking at is in a good location. It's $6,000. I would, of course, create an LLC and buy it under that LLC so nobody can take it from me in case, let's say if my wife wanted to get a divorce or something, that she can't take it. I want it to be owned by my company, Hood's Custom Shop. And so I would actually turn Hood's Custom Shop into an LLC and then buy the land underneath that name or whatever and go from there, and then become debt free. But we're dealing with all this stuff with the bank right now on this house. I don't feel like I can sell this house in the condition it is in right now. I've taken the carpet out of the upstairs to get that redone. I don't have the money to replace all that right now. The flooring in the downstairs needs replaced. There's the, what do they call it, the sill boards on the back where the deck was, because they built that wrong, that has rotted out. I've got to fix that. The, what do you call it, the little compressor out here on the heat and air, it's what do they call it, I can't remember what they call it, but it's bad, so it doesn't work. That's why we have a window air conditioner in here that we use, but it's actually cheaper to run that rather than the outside unit. Yeah, I mean, thousands of dollars in repairs that needs to be done. If I could get all that stuff fixed, then I'd put it on the market. I may still just put it on the market. Let's see here. Dragonfly said, "Is it in Tornado Alley area?" Yeah, pretty much. Where we are, I used to live in Joplin until a little while after the tornado hit in Joplin. When the tornado hit Joplin, it went really close by where we lived. It didn't hit our house, but it took out the place where my wife worked. She was actually at work when that hit. And I went up there. I had to dig her out at her work. She worked at Fast Trip. I think it was on Main Street. Let me think. Yeah, it was on Main, not Rangeline. It was on Main, right there, catty corner from the McDonald's. It wiped out that store, and she was in there. But she was okay. We got her out. Uh, Man, I tell you what, that was pretty crazy. Every time I talk about it, it's pretty rough because I start seeing things that I seen that day. Um, but anyways, rent went up. It went through the roof. I was paying, I think, like 350 or 375 a month. I can't remember. We lived in a mobile home park at the time, and next thing you know, the landlord said your rent's now $1,200 or something like that a month, and I just said I can't pay that. I moved out and moved to another trailer park down here in Goodman. Lived there for a few months until I found this place and moved here. Started buying this. Um, but anyways, finish that story. The very next year, a tornado hit about a mile away and took out the elementary school here in Goodman, where I live now. But it's calmed down. If y'all don't know about like NASA or keep up with any of that stuff right now, I know like dragonflies, you know about it, the Great Solar Minimum and everything. So when we're in a Great Solar Minimum, tornado activity tends to calm down quite a bit in our area, and so it's not a huge deal. I mean, we'll still get hit with smaller tornadoes, but we're not really probably concerned about getting hit with another F5 in this area right now. Let's see here. Half Century Farm said, "Where in Southwest Missouri are y'all?" I live in Goodman, Missouri, and I'm not. A lot of people are like, "Man, I can't believe you put out like where you live and all that stuff." I run a business here out of my house, so my stuff is out there. My address is actually in my About tab. If you guys want to send me stuff or something, a little note or whatever, you can do that. I'm not asking for you to send me stuff, but if you want to send me a letter or whatever in the mail, you can do that, because a lot of times I don't check my email all the time, so I don't get a lot of emails. Um, and it's kind of cool to get stuff in the mail sometimes for people other than bills. um, the old snail mail. Mm, yeah, I live in Goodman, Missouri. Let's see here. This cabin we are in buying needs a lot too. It isn't sealed and air leaks in it. Even though it's cedar, we need to insulate it better and add drywall. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's where I want to be though. I want to be where I'm building my own house. There's stuff that needs done, like this wall over here on the front of my house. Can't. This wall right here has paneling behind that the oak wood that I got on that wall. I got cedar on this wall and this wall, and then that one is oak over there. And there was really nothing wrong with that wall. I just put the oak on there to help insulate a little better, because I'm pretty sure it's that blow-in insulation, and that blow-in insulation kind of packs down over the years, probably getting mice in there and stuff. And, it settles down, and so it doesn't have the insulating properties that it needs to have. And so that's something that needs to be taken care of. If I was going to sell this place for as much as I want to get out of it, I would probably take all this cedar down, that oak down, and I would put drywall up all through here. They had paneling in this room, and the wall behind you guys is actually drywall. Crazy. So someone already redone that wall behind you guys. You can't see it, but yeah, I would have to put insulation and drywall in and everything. But I want to build my own house. I want to start like and just be debt free. That's my goal, is be debt free, and I don't care if I have to live off grid to do it. I mean, matter of fact, if I can have enough solar built up and have enough lithium ion batteries and everything, have my own solar system that would provide enough electricity to do the normal day to day, and then have like a portable welder anytime I need to do anything that takes a ton of power, like welding or something. That's what I want to do. I don't want to have to make that monthly payment to the electric company, because they can charge us whatever they want, and to me, that's not being prepared. If you're having to pay that electric bill every month to survive, I mean, sure, it's great if you have that just to make things easier, but I want to have the solar setup and generators and stuff set up to where I can be 100% self-reliant and not have to depend on the power grid, because who knows, one day they could just decide to turn the power off on us, and then everybody's life is really, really difficult. Dragonfly said, wow, I'd have PTSD from that too. Yeah, I don't know if it's PTSD or anything like that. Um, I seen a lot of stuff that day that is not pleasant, and it is pretty rough. I went up there and I did a lot of volunteer work after that tornado hit, and I used to drive a wrecker for my uncle-in-law. Um, I did that for a few years, and I tell you what, I seen a lot of stuff, a lot of wrecks and stuff that I had to rush to because people, being trapped in vehicles and that sort of thing. And I don't know, I got to a point I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't want to see it anymore. And sometimes when you start talking about it, you see those things again, and it kind of gets to you a little bit. Let's see. Dragonflies. Yes, true. I lived in Neosho and Granby as a teen, but moved back to Florida. My kids go to Neosho. We live in Goodman, but when they start going to high school, they go to Neosho. So we're in the Neosho school district. Even though McDonald County High School is actually closer to us. It's weird. But we pay the higher taxes of Neosho. Half Century Farm said, I'm near Springfield in the country. Cool. That's not real far away. I think Springfield is about an hour and a half from me. Dragonfly said, we tried to put drywall up in the bedroom and sucked at it. We don't know what we're doing. We are adding a shed building for a YouTube studio craft room, but we are all electric. Yeah, it'd be great if you guys, I mean, I don't know, you're on the grid, right? On the power grid. But if you could like get solar, that'd be awesome. I just watched what is that channel? Life Uncontained. They just got this big, I can't even remember how many 1,000-watt solar array that they got put up. That is super awesome. Yeah, dragonflies. We said we need to add solar to. Yeah. Man, I'd almost messed up. At this house, I had a guy come out and quote us on putting solar on our house, and it was going to be something like $30,000. I was like, man, that's a lot of money. And it was basically going to be like a loan, all this stuff, and we were going to have to pay pretty much like paying electric bill, but to the solar company, and it was going to be hooked up to the electric company, selling solar back to the electric company. Like once it was to fill up our battery banks, it would start selling back to the electric company. And then I looked at the rates that the electric company was paying on solar coming into them, and I was like, kiss my butt, I'm not doing that. And then, you have to insure it and stuff in case hell was to, hit it. That would, of course, raise my homeowner's insurance and everything. And I was like, yeah, it's not worth it. I'd rather just build my own system and learn it and everything. And, just start off with what I could afford and work my way up. And that's what I'm going to do with the school bus once I get one. That I fully intend on getting a school bus because that would be, I feel like that would be a prime transitioning tool to go from the house and have something to live in for the few weeks or whatever or months that it takes to get a house built, or some kind of shack or something built to live in. Let's see here. I have PTSD over my small dog being attacked by another dog we raised. He survived but has scars. I've seen stuff like that. I mean, I don't think it really affected me. I mean, it's a little different for me, I guess, but uh, I seen my dad's dog Bear. He was a little Chihuahua. Looked a lot like that Gooby that Jason, the Crocker's parents, have. Um, and he got mauled by a dog. And I had to go shoot the dog that did it because we thought he had rabies. My dad said, "Go kill that dog," so I had to do it. Um, but I don't know. That didn't bother me. I was pretty pissed off at that dog after seeing what he did, and then the thousands of dollars in vet bills that we had to pay to save my dad's dog. Dragonfly said, "I see things coming that will make us wish we had solar, I'm sure." Yeah. Oop, I messed this up. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it doesn't come to that. I think things are about to get crazy. Just what I'm seeing. Things seem to be getting pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And we know because election coming up, all that sort of stuff, And Dragonfly said, "Yeah, build it yourself." Yeah, what I was thinking is I would probably move the shipping container to that property if I could get that property if it doesn't sell before then. And there is power right there, so I could use that power to charge batteries. I would have to get solar, of course, and we could maintain with having on grid there. But I want to get a school bus built to where it is standalone. We can go out anywhere. We can go anywhere and survive, and just need to have a water source basically, and go into town or whatever to get food every now and then. But yeah, I'd love to get that property out there. It's kind of a nice area, and from what I understand, they pretty much let you do whatever you want. Um, Dragonfly says, "Yeah, we were going to put the dog down, but didn't. We took him to a rehab place in Mississippi." Yeah, we all, like me and my brothers, my dad and stepmom, we all like chipped in and helped pay the bills and stuff to save that dog. And he was okay. He went in for surgery and stuff and had to get put back together again. It was pretty crazy. Um, and here at this house, we had a dog. We've had so many, it's crazy, but they usually get hit by a car or something if they get out into the road out front because people fly down our road. But a neighbor's, it wasn't even a neighbor's dog. It was a stray dog that the neighbor up the road was feeding. And I don't know what was wrong with the dog, but it came down. My kids were out there waiting on the bus for school one morning. This is a couple years ago. And this dog came down and it was getting ready to attack my kids. And our dog was out there protecting the kids, and it ended up killing our dog. It basically bit him on the hind leg. It hit an artery, and next thing I know, the kids are coming in the house screaming and stuff and holding the dog, and there's blood everywhere. And I did everything I could, and it became very apparent to me pretty immediately that the dog was not going to survive, and basically tried to stop the bleeding and get the dog to the vet as quick as possible. And she ended up passing away as soon as my wife got her to the vet, right there in the parking lot. That was pretty sad, but you know, it happens, right? That's life. It's a circle of life. It happens, and we just have to learn to deal with those sort of things. I know it's tough, and it's no different than losing a loved one, you know. So I know it's rough, but yeah, we have to move on. Let's see. We have talked about burying a shipping container for shelter. Yeah, shipping containers aren't the greatest for burying. I mean, they seem like they're pretty sturdy, but once you start putting dirt on top, you have to put some kind of bracing in there to hold the roof up. The walls will hold up a little bit against the forces of the ground pushing in, but they're not great for that. I actually I used to work for a company. There was the guy I worked for. He bought a landfill literally 3 days before the Joplin tornado, and in the in all this hurry rush to get this landfill to this, like, able, you know, to the capacity to handle like 200 trucks a day coming in there and crossing the scales. I literally hauled equipment day and night out there to the place from places all over, like Wisconsin and stuff. We were buying equipment from everywhere, like Ritchie Brothers and stuff like that. So I was doing heavy haul, bringing in heavy equipment. Brought in a shipping container on a little rollback wrecker, and set that in place. That was our scale house at the time. Got it set up in just a few days. We buried a shipping container to be a storm shelter, and the little bit of dirt and rock we put on top of it actually collapsed it. So gotta watch out for that. I know firsthand that it will not hold up to much dirt on top. Um, Dragonfly said, "Oh my God, that's sad. Yeah, we are on a private dirt road, but our two dogs aren't allowed to run loose. We have a fenced area they go out into and stay inside otherwise." Yeah, and these two dogs that we have now, they pretty much stay inside, but I tore down the fence in the backyard, so now, you know, they got to go out sometimes to use the bathroom and stuff. So they end up running around. But the thing I worry about with them right now, because I ended up putting down that other dog. I went and talked to the neighbor. I talked to the sheriff. They both said, put him down if you see him again. He came out the very next morning and was out there, you know, threatening my kids, and I'm not going to let that be around. Uh, had he attacked my kids, he would have been done that day, but ended up taking him out. Yeah, anything like that that's threatening my kids, it's done. It's a done deal, and no remorse. So I ain't gonna feel bad about taking that dog out after it killed my dog and was threatening my kids. Dragonfly said, "Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know about the shipping container." Yeah, you have to really brace those up. Um, they're really strong on the corners. They can hold up a huge amount of weight on the corners when they stack a shipping container on top of another one. All that weight is on the corners. It's not on the roof or the walls or anything. The roof and the walls really is not very strong. I can stand on top of my shipping container, and the roof will bow up and down. Dragonfly said, "I agree." Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, I'd seen that dog many times before, and he wasn't mean like that. So I don't know if he was getting rabid or got rabies or something. I don't know what his deal was, but he just all of a sudden become mean. And he was a pit bull or a pit bull mix or something. Other problem is all the rocks in the ground. Yeah, we got a lot of rocks and clay here. Um, Man, it's nothing but rock and clay from the top of the ground down. We've got a little bit of topsoil that was brought in around our yard, but the more you go down the hill, it's just rock and clay. Sorry for going back and forth on the subject. It is what it is, right? That's what these lives are about. I mean, I started off with, talking about the giveaway and everything, got that out of the way. We've only got like 9 people in here now, 31 thumbs up. So that means a lot of people have come and gone, and that's cool. And I mean, yeah, we can talk about whatever. I enjoy just kind of seeing where the conversation goes. But yeah, been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. We might as well make it 2 hours, right? uh, that'll end up being 3 lives this week. I don't know if I'm going to have a video to put out this week because I'm pretty busy doing the Amazon stuff and everything. I'm a little bit at a standstill on the table that I've been doing. I got a walnut timber milled up, but it needs to dry before I can use it. I mean, it doesn't have to fully dry because it would take forever for that to happen. But it needs to dry quite a bit before I use it. Oh, you're on a hill with a lot of rocks. At least you're up on top of the hill, right? Man, I can't believe I went to some places down in Pea Ridge and in that area and everything. You would have like these really high rent neighborhoods, right? Like really like $1 million houses and stuff that was being built and everything. And then you go over the hill, and then there's like just right on top of the hill or over the hill, there's like homesteaders living in their the sheds and stuff like that. And I was like, man, those guys, they're the smart ones. They're debt free. All these guys with these $1 million houses, I mean, they could lose that tomorrow. They could lose their job tomorrow and lose their house and everything. Their stuff isn't probably paid for. I mean, I was just like, I would love to go to some of these people and be like, okay, be honest with me. Are you debt free? Like, what do you truly own? Or how many years are you going to have to pay? Or how many years do you have to work to pay for all this stuff you got that makes it look like you're making a ton of money or you've made it in life? I know some of them have. And for those who truly are debt free and have all these, $1 million house and a big old motor home in their yard and all this stuff, I'd like to be like, okay, tell me how you did it. I just would like to know how you did it. And, did you just own a business? Do you own a franchise or something? Like, how did you get to that point? I'm always interested in that sort of stuff because I mean, I've owned my own like trucking company before, and I seen the amount of money I made, but at the same time, I wasn't able to afford stuff like that. Uh, I mean, I know what you guys used to do and what you've talked about before, off the wall preppers talked about before and everything, the business, everything. And I think we both came to the same conclusion. Like, you go out there, you're hitting it, you're in that corporate world and you're just busting it every day. You're making crazy amounts of money, but you're spending crazy amounts of money at the same time, and you're not getting anywhere. And that is what made me realize, what am I doing? I am working, working, work. I'm working to work. I'm not working to live. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I am on a journey right now to become debt free, and I want to sell this house, get out from underneath that mortgage. Right now, that is the only debt that I have. I don't owe anything on my pickup, the Mustang. My wife owes on her car, but that's strictly her bill. She's made that very apparent to me. That's her car. That's her bill. She's paying it. The minivan we had, I had a loan out on it. I paid that off. The government, of course, they were sending out money to everybody. I took some of that money. I paid off that minivan, and then, of course, traded it for the Mustang. So I'm getting very close to being debt free. I just have to get rid of this mortgage on this house. And that basically means I'm going to have to come up with a place to live. And I don't want to just go out and buy another place because the housing market right now is crazy. And so my best bet would be for me to go buy a piece of raw land, start over, use my sawmill, use my building skills. I may not be the best builder. I'm not very well versed in like framing up a house or anything. I used to work in construction, but I was a welder, fabricator. As a matter of fact, the Walmart in Joplin that got hit by the tornado, there was a bunch of apartment buildings behind there. I actually helped build those original ones that got taken out by that tornado. And I remember pretty much the only thing that was left standing of those buildings was the steel staircases that I built years and years ago. Um, and that's what I used to do. I used to do steel fabrication, and I did that for several years before I got into trucking. And then I done trucking off and on for like 21 years. A lot of those jobs I had were still in the steel fabrication stuff, being a crew leader, but I still had to have my CDL to do my job. Dragonflies, why am I the only one chatting? LOL. Yeah, come on, people. I see 9 people in here, 8 people. Someone like coming in and out. Yeah, throw some comments in there, guys. You got any questions for me? Throw them in there, and I'll try to answer them if I can. Yeah, I did my job well. I wasn't the only one doing it. It was me and the boss's son did all that. Dragonfly says 11. 11 people in here. I'm showing 9. No, I'm showing 8. It's fluctuating on my end all the time. It don't matter. There's people in here, and I don't care how many are in here. I mean, I like to have a lot of people in here. I know it's going to drop off, but that's awesome that you guys are in here. I do run out of things to talk about a little bit. So if you guys want to throw stuff in there, that'd be awesome. There's mostly homesteaders out here, but there's $1 million home down the road that's completely out of place here. Yeah, and man, just imagine what their property value is. Like, I would imagine that affects their property value quite a bit. I mean, like here, my property value is affected quite a bit by the neighbor who has a blue house across the street, but at the same time, you know, he tries to maintain it and keep it looking good. He painted it just a couple years ago and made it look a lot better. And I was like, no, it looks better than my house, even though it's that crazy blue. But I don't know. Dragonfly said 8 now. Yeah, we're sitting at 8 people in here. Oh, 7. Oh no. Oh, you guys are killing me. We're at 1 hour and 47 minutes. Man, that's super awesome that some of you guys are that loyal that you've hung on this long watching. But make sure you're on the Friday Night Live, 7 p.m. so we can give away this GoPro. And make sure you go check out my 2,000 subscriber video earlier. Hey, there's my brother, Terrence Hood. I was off eating dinner. Did you get to talk to the guy about the bus? Yeah, I did. That guy, he wanted $3,000 plus the Mustang. I said, no way, dude. I know you didn't pay more than $2,500 for that bus at an auction. There's no way. And he's like, oh, I paid way more than that. I was like, you ain't no businessman if you did. I know what they go for. And there's no way I'm giving $3,000, basically buying the bus plus giving him a Mustang. Nah. That's just dealers for you. I didn't even give him my name. I said, nope, we're so far apart, I'm not even going to consider coming back. You don't get the chance to call me and say, hey, can we work out a different deal or something? So I just walked away, said, nope, not dealing with you. And it could be God watching out for me saying, hey, those buses have a lot of rust issues and everything. So I'm probably going to start looking more locally here and see if I can find a local bus that's not going to be all rusted out. Yeah, trying to make money on both sides of the transaction. There's a lot of guys that do that. And I mean, hey, it's business. I get it. We have some trash here down the street too that I wish would leave. Hey, I think we all got that. I've got a neighbor I used to work with the guy, and yeah, he's not the most upstanding person in the community, but he's a cool dude, and he kind of keeps to himself, and he ain't gonna harm nobody. So, um, but he does some unsavory things um, that's gotten him arrested a few times, and they end up letting him back out, and he'll stay clean for a little bit, and then he gets back into it. I wish he could do better and get away from the stuff he gets into. Because I mean, I've worked with him, I know the guy pretty well, and he's a good dude. He just needs to stay clean. Oh man, an hour and 50 minutes. We got 10 minutes left. If you guys got any questions, throw them in there. I'm going to try to drag this out for a full 2 hours. uh, my wife was supposed to be back, and I ain't seen her. I don't know where she's at. I done cooked her pizza and took it out of the oven, and I ain't seen her back here yet. Yeah, $3,000. I mean, he said, I asked him, I said, well, if a person come in here and offered you cash money, how much are you asking on these? Like, what would you have to have cash money right now for one? And he said 6,500. I was like, well, I done told you, I've been trying to sell that Mustang for 6,500. It's got a rebuilt motor that's probably got maybe 1,000 miles on the rebuilt motor. It's got a brand new clutch in it. It's got a new engine fan on it. I've worked out those bugs and everything with it. The only thing it needs done is it needs back tires put on it, and it needs the oil sending unit hooked up on it so the check engine light will go off. And I also have a SCT tuner that goes with it, and I can actually read the code and show you that that's the code that's in it, that's the only thing wrong with it. And it still runs fine. It's just, check engine light's on because it doesn't have a signal coming from that oil sending unit. And basically, there was another guy there that said, well, they went over to the side and talked to each other, and he's like, well, I'll give you 3,000 for the car. So basically, he needed to make up the difference, is what he tried to tell me. And I'm like, no, the car's not for sale for 3,000. It's not. It doesn't work that way. It's straight across, title for title, or no deal. And he's like, all right, we're too far apart. And I said, all right, see ya. We're out. And so I left and didn't turn back. I'm not going back there and giving him the chance to try a different deal. And in all honesty, I looked at Facebook this morning. I found another bus that is a 72 passenger. It's a lot longer. It would be more suitable for a family to stay in for a short period of time if we're trying to transition into a off-grid, raw land property to start off building our own home and need a place to stay while we're doing that transition. So the only thing is it doesn't have the motor that I like. It has a Caterpillar motor. I don't want that because Caterpillar parts cost more. They do have some known issues and stuff like injector cup problems or whatever. Little issues that they have that I don't want to deal with. And I would much rather have a 7.3 liter Power Stroke motor in a bus like that because it's going to end up being considerably heavier. It would be nicer to have a full length bus like that. Number one, higher weight rating. You can pretty much put whatever you want in there. At that point, you're not dealing with a 1-ton chassis. You're dealing with a truck chassis that's, I believe those are I want to say a 20,000 pound axle. I could be wrong. It's probably 18,000 legal, but you can do 20,000 per axle on those axles under them. And then you have the 11R22.5 tires, which is a semi truck tire. So a lot safer with a lot of weight on it, going down the road, something you don't have to worry so much about popping a tire, blowing a tire out because you've built too much into your bus or whatever. So there's the added plus to that. The body itself is not terrible, but I did notice that the mirrors were knocked off of it. It's in a town really close by, so I wouldn't have to drive far to get it. But I don't know. I'm a little leery about getting a Cat motor. If it had a DT 466 motor in it, I'd be fine with that. I wish it had the Power Stroke diesel, the Ford Power Stroke in it. But unfortunately, we can't have everything we want. And the guy's asking a bit much for it, but if he'll trade straight across for the Mustang, it'd be fine. What am I missing here? Yeah, Dragonfly said, I've seen people buy and rehab buses cheaper than that. Exactly. I mean, I told him, I said, like Schooliana, or he changed the name of his channel. It's now a bus life story. I was like, I've seen him take a bus like that actually had the handicap door in the back and turn around, build it out and be able to sell it for somewhere around 10 to 15 grand. It was like at the price point you're at, the bus is, by the time you put a bed and a refrigerator in it, you're at 20 grand. So, yeah, 6,500 just for a bus that you got to do months worth of work to, and it's got rust. That's the other thing I pointed out in my video. It's got rust around the windows and stuff. I'm pretty sure those buses came from up in Kansas. So yeah, it's probably not a good deal because if there's rust around the windows, there's probably rust underneath of it. I didn't get underneath and look, but if those ribs of the body are rusted out, you've got a nightmare. Same here. We also have tent people here from California that are trying to make a hobbit village. Yeah, to each their own, I guess. Keep in mind on that land closing, even if you go straight to an abstract with cash, you are still looking at around 850 in closing fees. Yeah, exactly. I would probably expect to see probably $1,000 or maybe a little more for closing costs. And that's without, like, I mean, there wouldn't be any inspections to do. It's just raw land that has power on it. That is cutting out realtor and banking fees. Yeah. And on that deal, I don't know that I would have a realtor on my side for that. I don't know that I would need it for that deal because it's kind of a homeowner or landowner association deal there. Pay $90 a month. Dragonfly said, true, Terrence. Dragonflies we had a 36-foot motorhome with a tag axle, and we were overweight but lived in it full time and traveled in it. They, on some of those motor coaches, when they build them out, they get them pretty close to what you can weigh, but you don't have to go across the scales. So yeah, Terrence said, or are you better off just getting the land and doing something like Life Uncontained? That is exactly what I would be wanting to do. But what I'm thinking is I would need something in that transition so I'm not renting. And so if I can get a bus for the Mustang, I mean, if I could sell the Mustang, that's the problem. I can't seem to sell the Mustang. It's always, I got a bunch of teenagers that are wasting my time every day. I ended up taking the post down because I just spend so much time answering their questions and stuff. They're like, oh, can I come out and test drive it? And you look at their profile and it's like a 16-year-old, maybe 14-year-old or something. You look at it, it's like, I don't even think this kid's old enough to drive. And I really, really doubt they have the money for this. And if a bank is going to loan money on it, the bank is only going to want to loan out about $5,500 on it because of the salvage title. And I would probably be willing to go down to that if they actually showed up with a check from the bank for that. I'd probably do it because it would get me in that ballpark of being able to just go buy the land. But at the same time, I need to get something like a bus, a heavier duty vehicle with a trailer hitch on the back, because I can get the shipping container on my log arch trailer. I just take the log arch off. I can get that shipping container on that trailer, haul it myself, and probably save myself at least $1,000 of moving fees to get that moved to the other property. So if I have a full-size bus, I would then have a vehicle big enough to actually move that shipping container. a 4,000-pound empty weight shipping container on my log arch trailer behind a half-ton pickup does not sound like something I want to do. um, so I mean, it kind of seems like I really probably need to get a school bus first and start building that out and just make my payments on the house, and hopefully they work with us. I mean, I finally got all the paperwork sent into them, so I'm just waiting for all that. I literally had to sit down and do a P&L that we talked about. um, I had no idea how to do that, so I had to look up videos on that, and actually go through and look at, you know, like all my receipts and what I spent, what I sold, and all this stuff, and show my profit and loss and everything, and send that into them. And I mean, it's crazy how I would sell something for, you know, X amount of dollars, and then go through and show what all I spent to buy sandpaper, supplies, electric, and all that kind of stuff, and just how down to the wire it was for my business. I was like, man, doing a P&L really shows me how poorly my business is doing right now. Uh, it's kind of scary, actually. Um, Dragonflies, exactly. We spent years rehabbing our RV, then sold it March 2020 in Amarillo to move here. Well, I hope you made a profit on it, selling it. Um, Terrence said, you don't want a realtor, it's a waste. Yeah, I mean, but I'm stupid when it comes to that stuff. I'm not, I mean, even though this is the second home that I've been in trying to buy, we lost our first one. It got taken away, um, and I still had to pay for it. That really sucked, and that's the same boat I would be in this place right here. If I was to lose this place, I will still have to pay for it, no matter what. As long as I get a job somewhere, they're gonna, you know, they would garnish my wages. They would take my tax returns until it was paid for, just like they did last time. Or if they had cash. Yeah, I mean, I had a guy who was interested in buying it, and he showed up unannounced. He did not contact me and say he was going to be here. He showed up unannounced, and it was just my daughter was home, and there's no way in heck she's going to answer the door from some old dude that looks like Santa Claus uh, when she's the only one home. So he ended up, you know, leaving and never contacted me again. But, you know, he didn't tell me he was coming out. So he just told me, he said, well, I'll come out Monday or Tuesday. He ended up showing up on Thursday. I mean, you can't do that and expect someone to be home. And I mean, it really sucks. I probably ought to contact him and see if he's still interested in buying it. The abstract title company does all the work. Yeah, I mean, our realtor helped us, like, as far as walking us through the process of buying our home and everything. But I think going through that my second time, I know enough about it a little bit now that I could pretty much just go to the title company and go through all that. And yeah, they do all the work, all the real work. Yes, we made profit with 2 insurance claims that paid us back what we paid for it. So selling it was full profit. Cool. Yeah, see, and my brother said, I don't even come by without calling. Yeah, and he never knows if I'm going to be here or not. I'm here quite a bit, but you just never know. Yeah, I mean, and that's the crazy thing. When I got back from the 41.36, while I was out there, there was like literally every day there would be some stranger pull up on their property, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, we watch your channel on YouTube. We just thought we'd stop by." And it's like, do you know how weird that is? But I mean, some of them, like, they were a friend of a friend or something like that, and so that kind of made it okay. But when I got back here, there was actually a guy showed up, and he's like, yeah, watch your channel. And I was kind of weirded out about it, but you know, he was an older gentleman, and he had a Vietnam War veteran hat on and everything. So I thought that was really cool getting to talk to him and everything. But you know, at first I was just like, okay, I'm used to people showing up here to look at wood or whatever to buy, But this guy was just there. He just showed up to talk to me because he watches my channel. I was like, that's crazy. But I mean, maybe next time you could email me and set up a time. So I'm expecting you. I don't know it. I don't try to think into it too much or anything. Dragonfly says, yeah, I don't know how else you can sell the car. Yeah, I mean, man, I hate putting it on Facebook Marketplace because it ends up being just a bunch of teenagers that's like, hey, can I come out and test drive it? And I'm like, no, you can't. You come out and you put cash money in my hand, and we can talk about test driving it. Because if you wreck that thing, I want to know that it's paid for. And that's why I would really rather, trade it to a dealership, and that guy didn't even test drive it. He just got in it, started it up, listened to it. He's like, sounds good. I mean, the guy knows cars. And, he looked it over. He's like, well, it kind of needs a paint job. It's got scuffs and stuff here and there. And I'm like, yeah. It's like whoever done the paint job on it kind of sucked at it. He's like, you think? I was like, I know. I used to do that. I used to paint stuff. Dragonflies. Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't think you guys have much to worry about that. Like, people probably aren't going to come out there way out in the middle of nowhere where you're at. Yeah, Dragonfly said, we don't give our home address out. Yeah. You guys like having that, like, anonymity. Yeah. That's when you say, yeah, so do those buses. That's right. I told him, I said, man, I've only found one out there that was satisfactorily, like, didn't have a ton of rust on it. Like, it may have been kept in a, under a barn or something for the most part. But I was like, those things are all rusty and stuff. I was like, good luck selling them for that much. So I watch a lot of YouTube channels that buy these buses and build them out. And I was like, there's been several of them to build out a bus and then sell it for around 10 to 15,000. He's like, really? It's like, yeah. You might want to watch some channels before you want to get into buying and selling buses. And people know you can buy those buses pretty cheap, especially the bigger ones. There's a lot more of them. And he's like, oh, well, the motor's worth that much. That Allison transmission's worth that much. And I said, man, that Duramax diesel is not the motor I would really be looking for. I was like, it was just here in town. It's local. So I stopped by. And, if you was willing to trade straight across, we would have had a deal. But you didn't want to do it. So we're good. See ya. All right, guys. So been on here for 2 hours and 7 minutes. It's been super awesome talking with you guys. Friday night, we're going to start. I'll try to go live every Friday, 7 p.m., the old Jason Crocker's time that he gave up. Hopefully I do good on that. But we're going to be doing a giveaway. This GoPro 7 right here, this whole little setup right here, I'm sure that'll help someone's channel out. So yeah, hopefully you guys will comment on my 2,000 subscriber giveaway video. That's how you get entered. And you have to be in that live, and you have to comment whenever you win or whatever, okay? If you're not in there and you don't comment, let's say we'll give you 2 minutes to comment. If you don't comment, moderator doesn't see a comment or anything, then we're going to move on to the next one. We'll redraw or whatever. So I'm going to have to go figure out what system I'm going to use to pick the winner. And yeah, Off the Wall Prepper needs that GoPro. Cool. Well, comment on my video. Let's see here. There's so many people doing the bus and small shed to cabin thing now. It's probably hard to find one. Oh, the buses? Oh, they're everywhere. I can go on Facebook Marketplace and there's tons of buses out there, all for around $4,000 to $5,000. It just kind of varies on the condition. There's one further up in Kansas. It's a flat nose and it's a front engine. It actually has a 7.3 liter Power Stroke motor in it, but it's a pretty good drive for me to go get it. And the guy wants cash money only, $5,000. First person who has the money gets to drive away in it. Has pretty decent tires on it. All the glass is good. Mirrors are good. It looks like it was literally probably in service at the school just yesterday. And I would think that there's nothing wrong with it that's going to fail a DOT inspection or anything. So if I was to sell that car tomorrow for 5 grand, I would likely hit that guy up and say I'm on my way, uh, and drive up there, or have my wife take me up there and probably be driving it back. I don't exactly want a flat nose bus because of a few different reasons. The motor is right there. I'd rather it have a hood on it to where you can easily access the engine. Some people say they like it with the engine, where you have that doghouse on a flat nose bus, because you can work on a lot of stuff on it from inside. So if it's snowing outside and raining and stuff, it might actually be a good thing. You can work on a lot of stuff. If you have an injector go out, you can work on it from the comfort of inside the bus. Um, which, I mean, thinking about it now, it probably wouldn't be a bad deal. But if you ever have to pull that motor, oh my gosh, not something I'd want to do, really. Um, Really, I hadn't seen any, but I haven't looked. Oh, buses? Yeah, I mean, go on Facebook Marketplace and just type in school bus and start scrolling. They're everywhere. I've seen them as far away as like Dallas and stuff way down in there. And they take them down for a little while and then they repost them too. And then when school is out this year, uh, you'll probably see a few more in there. Danny Goin, what's up, man? Dragonfly said I hated having the doghouse in ours. Yeah, and the front engine ones I think are a bit louder. You would think it would be, if the insulation and stuff on that doghouse, if it isn't real good or real thick, I could imagine it's probably gonna be pretty noisy going down the road. I mean, I've never drove one, but I mean I know how noisy those motors are from being a truck driver and stuff. So I don't know. Uh, yeah, I just I think I'd rather have an international that's got a hood on it, to be honest. Um, I don't really want a DT 466. I want to say the DT 466 is a Detroit motor, like one of the older Detroits, which isn't a bad motor. I've drove some dump trucks back in the day that had those, and they were a little bit gutless, for hauling, about what, 12 tons or 15 tons of rock around. Um, and I think once you get a full bus like that built out, you're probably going to weigh a good amount. So I don't know. I really wish I could find one that has the 7.3 or 7.6 power stroke in it, and maybe an Allison transmission, and shoot it. If it had a standard transmission, even better, because then I have a lot less to worry about. Dragonfly said to live in it full time, why not go diesel so the engine is in the back? Well, the engine being in the back kind of messes with, you don't have a door in the back, right out the back, and I want a bus that has that door in the back. I want to build a deck on the back, extend the bumper out a little ways, and just have a little deck back there that I can sit on. If I can get back to drinking coffee, sip my coffee, and maybe be sitting there parked backed up to the ocean or something. That's just something I picture in my head when I think about living in a school bus, being able to, once my kids are all out of the house, me and my wife can hop in the bus, use it as a motorhome, go sightseeing, and we could park anywhere and just, wake up in the morning and be backed up to a lake or something and enjoy the sunrise over a lake or something. I believe that would be awesome. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, a deck on the top for sure. I would definitely do that. I would have solar panels on the top and a deck in the back. And I was kind of thinking extend the deck on the back to where it's like a roof overhang over the lower deck on the back also, and just have a ladder going up the back side. And having that deck back there would also give me a little a good place to put propane tanks. I could recess those down into the deck a little bit and have those locked in to where they can't, be stolen or whatever. Those are just some of my preliminary thoughts on how I'd probably do it. Yeah. So much to think about. And when I woke up, here's my problem. I woke up at 3 a.m., had to use the bathroom, right? And then my excitement, it's like before Christmas, you're like, oh man, you're all excited. Like, I'm going to go hopefully get this school bus today. And, so I've been thinking about, okay, what color scheme would I do if I was to paint it? I want it to look just epic. Uh, and I've got a few colors like turquoise and cream, or maybe green and a cream color, like that classic cream color you see on a lot of these classic cars that are redone. Um, Maybe do a little pearl in it. I don't know that I want to do pearl on a bus because that's going to be really expensive. Or even metal flake would raise the price quite a bit. Uh, so I'm like, just what can I do? So I'm, going through Pinterest and everything, looking up all these, color schemes and everything on schoolies and stuff that people have done. And I don't know, I really like burnt orange, and I think burnt orange and cream would look really good, but I just don't know if that burnt orange is going to look a little too much like a school bus in color. So I don't know. If you guys got any ideas, throw them in there. Or if you can find some pictures or something, send them to my email at davidmehood@gmail.com. I'd love to look at them. I'm totally into this stuff now. I'm immersed in it. So have a house too, or only a bus? I would build my own house. My plan is to probably buy a property um, in a community that's over there, kind of close to where Jason Crocker lives. There's a few properties out there that, I mean, it's pretty high priced for the amount of land that you're getting, but still yet it is an amount that I could, possibly pay off pretty quick and become debt free. My number one goal is become debt free. I don't want to be under a mortgage anymore. I want to be 100% debt free. It seems to me the only way I can really make YouTube a a really viable income for me is to become debt free and not have that $800 a month mortgage hanging over my head, to where I have to make that much every month. Um, and also start living off solar, to where I don't have to pay the electric company every month. If I can become more self sufficient that way, and also be able to travel, that is a huge goal of mine. I think it would help me out a lot in like stress levels and everything, being able to go around and travel, meet people, do that sort of thing. Having a bus that I can actually pull my sawmill behind, and pull that sawmill, and it would be like pulling nothing. When I pull my sawmill and I go places with it, with my little half-ton truck, that is really hard on that transmission. And we all know Dodge pickups, of like second gen Dodges, transmissions go out on them things like crazy. When I bought that truck, it had a brand new transmission in it, so I was very fortunate. I basically paid $1,000 for that old Dodge back in '08, I think it was. It was '07 or '08 when I got it, and basically it was a fabrication shop that I worked for many years, and he and his wife was going through a divorce, and he decided that he was selling it to me. I didn't get to ask questions. He said, I'm selling you this truck for $1,000. I'm taking $35 a week out of your paycheck for about a year or whatever, till $1,000, whatever. And I said, hey, I ain't got no problem with that. 35 bucks a week and I get a pickup to drive. And I just got done putting new brakes on it, new rotors, new drums, brand new air shocks on it. He just had a new transmission put in it. And I was like, yeah, I know the truck's beat up. It's got dents and stuff in it, but I don't care. It's mechanically sound. I'll take it. So it's been probably the best vehicle I've ever had in my life, and it's been paid for all this time. The best vehicle is a paid for vehicle. And that's another thing that really makes me realize that being debt free is where I want to be. That just rhymed. You could freehand airbrush it. Man, I tell you what, I'm not great with airbrushing. I've done a little bit of it, and I used to work with the guy. If you've ever watched, what is that? Shoot, uh, Trick My Truck, the Chrome Shop Mafia, the guy who did the airbrushing and all that stuff on those big rigs. I used to work with him at a paint company, and I watched him paint a third gen Dodge. He did like the desert camo and bullet holes and stuff in it, and it literally looked like a Jersey cow. He airbrushed all of this, and it looked like a Jersey cow. It did not turn out well. It was supposed to be camouflage, and I said, "Man, all that beautiful art that you've done on all those semi trucks on all those shows, and then you did this." It was a pretty good laugh. That his name is Bruce. Uh, Big old Bruce. That dude is like 6 foot something, 6'5" or something. He's huge. Um, but it was pretty funny getting to work with him. We went and done the Branson Bell and stuff, and he would just stand around. He's like, "I ain't doing this. I'm above this or whatever." It's like, here's your sander. But yeah, it was pretty funny when he painted that truck, and it was just a complete flop. It's like, paint over it, dude. Paint over it. Don't drive that around. Terrence said, I bet you could do pretty well with just gravity feed sprayer and a temp spray house. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't have a paint booth, so you're gonna have bugs in it. If I paint one out here, but we can pick bugs out and do touch up. You just don't want to do it in the dead of summer when the bugs are really bad, because it can get really bad and mess up a paint job. Around here we're okay a lot of the time. I've done a lot of outside painting and stuff for that company I work for, and we got away with stuff. And I used to go do a lot of sandblasting of military trailers, like the Pintle Hitch trailers that's made by a local company here. Used to go out like once a week and sandblast trailers for them so they could get them painted and everything. And I tell you what, that was some of the hardest work I ever done, and I don't miss it one bit. So yeah, I've done a lot of painting. I know I can paint a vehicle really well. That's one thing I'm really good at, is spray painting a vehicle. I'm really good at that. But airbrushing, I don't know. I'm not that artistic, I don't think. I don't know I can do it. I do have an airbrush. Uh, I use it from time to time on some of the things I do, but I'm not real artistic with it. I mean, I could try, but it would probably be like the Jersey Cow pickup truck. And that guy, he does mailboxes on the side. He'll go buy a mailbox, and he'll paint it to look just like a barn or something like that. And he does a phenomenal job on it. I've seen some of them that he's done, and he's sold for hundreds of dollars. Like, literally go to the store and buy a $20, $30, $50, whatever they are, mailbox, and then paint it up and sell it for several $100s. I've seen him do that. And I've seen some of them that he's done. I was just like, man, that is crazy. And it's all freehand airbrushed. He didn't tape off none of it or anything. So, anyways, guys, 2 hours and 23 minutes. All right, I'm back. Something happened. But anyways, I'm going to get off here, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Make sure you tune in Friday, 7 p.m. We'll see you then. Bye. See if I can do this. No. What? Here we go.